If you make way too many unforced errors on your one-handed backhand, then this video is for you, because I'm going to be explaining what you need to do to address that problem and develop a more consistent one-hander. Hopefully you find the video helpful. If you do, it'd be great if you give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel before, it would be awesome and much appreciated if you could do that as well. There's no nice way to say this, but the first thing that most players need to do to stop making unforced errors on their one-hander is to stop going for stupid shots, to stop trying to rip backhand winners down the line or crush outrageous shots that you don't have the ability to execute consistently. I have to say this first because it's a problem that I see far too frequently. People stepping out there thinking they're Federer, thinking they're Wawrinka, and unfortunately most of us aren't as good as those guys, so we have to be a little bit more careful with our shot selection. And being more consistent really starts off with having the intent of being more consistent, playing the sensible shot, which is normally going deep cross court to your opponent's backhand. So now that I've got that off my chest, let's talk about what you need to do to develop a more consistent one-handed backhand. And sadly, I don't have any miracle cures or one-size-fits-all solutions for you, because that's not the way that tennis works. What you need to do if you want to make less unforced errors on your one-handed backhand is figure out what the underlying problem is at the moment. What is going wrong with your technique? It doesn't matter what particular coaching tip someone says. It doesn't matter what my problem is. It's about what is your problem? What do you need to work on? And there are lots of potential options, but literally 95% of the time when players send me videos for feedback and analysis, the issue tends to be to do with the preparation. Maybe not preparing soon enough, maybe not setting up in the right position. Now, if you would like my input on this side of things, this is something I can help you with on my next Neuro Tennis Challenge. So I'll place a link to that down in the description, or you can go to neurotennis.net/challenge to register. But what you basically want to do is record yourself and watch it back and figure out where things are going wrong. There's generally one of three issues for most players. The first one, like I've just said, is not preparing soon enough. If you don't prepare soon enough, and by that I mean you don't get a unit turn soon enough, you don't get loaded up on your outside or back leg so that then you can step into the ball and initiate the swing properly using good biomechanics, but the preparation comes first. If you don't prepare soon enough, that is going to be the number one thing that then causes you to make an unforced error. The number two thing is going to be setting up in the right position. So we need to prepare soon enough, but we also need to set up in the right position. You think about Roger Federer, one of the greatest players of all time. He really struggled to take one-handed backhands up there, so us mere mortals aren't going to stand a chance. But unfortunately, I see a lot of people not really moving, and they're trying to take backhands from really difficult positions, leading to errors. So you've got to be working on trying to read the flight of the ball. Maybe you need to step in, and that's going to help you set up in the right position. But often the ball is coming deep, and you might need to move back to allow it to drop, and then that's going to enable you to take it in a more comfortable position. Or potentially you might need to work on your spacing. A lot of players get too close to the ball. So the late preparation and not setting up in the right position account for the vast majority of the videos that people send in to me. So that's why I make so many videos talking about it over and over again. And if you don't know whether this applies to you, record yourself, watch it back. Watch it from the side and go, am I preparing soon enough? Watch it from the back and going, how is my spacing? And it's highly likely that if you make a lot of unforced errors on your backhand, that one of those two things is the issue. The third and final most likely issue is going to be to do with your timing. Not starting your swing soon enough so that you can meet the ball out in front. Now obviously you've got to get the preparation first, but then it is about initiating your swing soon enough. So I'm in my prepared kind of power position. I then initiate the racket drop as I start to drive through my back leg, and then I'm going to be trying to make contact with the ball just out in front of my body. And potentially what that means is you need to practice over and over again working on specific shots. So maybe I just work on a short backhand over and over again, just doing reps to get used to the timing, or maybe I work on the deep backhands trying to get used to the timing. But the timing is an absolutely crucial piece of the puzzle. So many of the corrections that coaches give, like when players don't extend through the ball, or so many of the things that coaches try and get players to do, like follow through over there, all that stuff is generally a product of either not setting up in the right position or not getting the right timing. So if you're making too many unforced errors, they're the first things that I would look at addressing. Now that you understand that, I want to talk about something else that you can do to reduce the number of unforced errors you make and develop a more consistent one-handed backhand. And this is going to be about improving your skill, improving your hand-to-eye coordination. Because yes, you need to practice in the right way. You need to identify the underlying problems with your techniques, and you need to focus on fixing those problems within your practice. But the extent to which you can actually fix those problems comes down to your level of skill. In order to prepare early, in order to set up in the right position, and in order to have good timing, you need to have the ability to accurately read the flight of the ball. If you can't read the flight of the ball quickly enough or accurately enough, it's going to negatively affect your ability to do all of those things. And the reality is that a lot of adult tennis players' visual systems simply don't work well enough to do what they're trying to do, because a lifetime of sitting on computers and working at desks and that type of thing does not prepare your visual system for playing tennis. So you might need to work on that side of things. You also might need to work on coordination, because your ability to start your swing at the right time, even if you can read the flight of the ball, and your ability to adjust your kinetic chain and sequence it properly and adjust the speed of your swing to hit the ball there or there or there, comes down to how coordinated you are. And again, if you spent your whole life working at a desk and doing those things, that does not prepare your coordination systems to play high-level tennis. So you might need to improve those things to really develop the type of one-handed backhand that you want to develop. And the good news is you can actually do that using brain-based training. And if you'd like to learn how to do it, then I'm going to give you the opportunity to do that for free at my next Neuro Tennis Challenge. To register for the challenge, there'll be a link down in the description, or you can go to neurotennis.net/challenge to register. Okay, hopefully everything that I've explained here makes sense. There's never any magic cures or miracle things or anything like that. That's not the way tennis works. You got to record yourself. You've got to analyze it, you've got to figure out the underlying thing that you're doing wrong, and then you have to work on fixing that thing and doing enough repetitions at the right level of difficulty within your practice until you fix that thing, obviously dependent on your skill level. But that's the only way to approach things, gradually improving over time. Any questions about any of this, leave them down in the comment section. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.